Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, you guys. In today's video, we are going to talk about, I got two ideas in my head, and I'm going to make the other video tomorrow because you guys know we're doing daily videos up until and including December 31st. But today I'm going to go ahead and talk about when men try to expect women and their gender roles, you know, these roles that people play in their relationships, even when the man is not deserving of that participation from a woman. So men who expect these gender roles out of women, even when the man himself is not doing the traditional, typical gender role that he should be doing. We are going to talk about in this video today, you guys, what most men, I'm not saying all, I don't know why I have to keep saying that, but people are so funny. Not my man. Then I'm not talking about you then. If this does not pertain to you and your man, then void. Why don't people understand that? I really don't understand why people get that. Like if I'm talking to somebody, or if I'm talking to a girlfriend, or if I'm talking to one of my male friends and they start talking about women, and they maybe, say for instance, they start talking about a gold digger. I'm not a gold digger, so I'm not offended by it. I can listen to the conversation like, oh, okay. Or if I'm talking to a man and he starts talking about, you know, a woman who is a 304. You guys remember that's a promiscuous woman. If a man starts talking about women in that way, and he says women because he's just talking about his life experience, and maybe he just recently got through dealing or finished dealing with a promiscuous woman. I'm not promiscuous, so I'm not offended by it. But people get so funny acting. It's like, not my man. My man don't do that. It's like, why did you feel the need to leave that comment or say that to me? If it doesn't pertain to you, then why feel the need to say anything? I personally feel like when people get mad about a certain topic or a certain video that I do, to me, that just tells me everything I need to know about you. That tells me that why would you be offended by that? It must mean that what I was talking about is you or pertains to you, because why else would you be offended by something if it didn't have anything to do with you or didn't pertain to you? Come on, guys. My grandmother back in the day used to always say, only a hit dog hollers. So if you are not a manipulator, if you are not a cheater, why would you be offended by somebody talking about manipulators and cheaters? So in today's video, though, you guys, we are going to talk about men who expect these gender roles from women. And more specifically, why I am oftentimes telling women to beware of this, because this oftentimes is so subconscious in that man's mind, what he expects from you. He oftentimes may not say it out loud, but T-Bird is telling you, if he calls you his woman, more times than not, he's going to expect you as his woman to do certain things in the relationship. Let's talk about it. But before we get started, you guys, be sure to thumbs up the video. Give me a like and subscribe. And now you guys can see below the video, there's a little tag that says thanks. So if you want to support me and the Tracy Unplugged channel, you now can leave me a tip and show your thanks. And I say in advance to all of those who have left tips and will leave me a tip and hit the thanks tip jar, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and get here into this good topic, you guys. So I'm on my way to the gym, you guys. Today, though, I'm not going to dance. I'm going to see Tony Hill Touche class. Pray for me. Okay, so let's talk about it, you guys. Oftentimes, you guys, men will just expect that if they claim you or call you their woman, they don't even have to be married to you oftentimes. If they call you their girlfriend, their woman, definitely if you guys are living together, and definitely if you guys are married, that man is going to have certain gender role expectations from you, woman, such as he's going to expect you to primarily be the person who cooks in the household. He's going to expect that you primarily are going to be the person that keeps the house clean, even if you have a 9-to-5 job just like him. Yep. He's going to expect that if you guys have kids together, he's going to expect that you are the primary caregiver of those kids. Absolutely 100%. Ladies, you have got to know this. This is just like embedded in their brains. Oftentimes, this is what they grew up watching and seeing from grandma and their mothers. So it's just like in their subconscious. Yes, this is what women are supposed to do. This is what they're going to expect from you. And they're also going to expect that you are going to make whoopee, make the love on a very regular and consistent basis. Ladies, they expect this. They don't care anything about you having a headache. They don't care anything about the fact that you have a full-time job and you work outside the house. They don't care anything about you got reprimanded at work that day. You almost lost your job. Your boss screamed at you. They don't care anything about the kids gave you a hard time that morning. Johnny was acting a mess. Little Johnny is always taking out his little pee-pee and peeing on the walls. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's going to expect you to be making the love and making whoopee on a very regular, consistent basis. He don't care that your uterus. He don't care that your uterus hurts. He doesn't care anything about that, you guys. He doesn't care that you stubbed your toe in the kitchen counter. He doesn't care. He's going to want whoopee on a very regular and consistent basis. Guaranteed. And oftentimes, when you guys start entering into these relationships, especially women, you are in such a rush just to be in a relationship with a man that you don't understand what all that comes with that. I have told you guys repeatedly many times, relationships are hard work. Most of them. I have been in relationships. I have to be honest. I have been in relationships where it was just easy. It was just easy. We didn't have to talk about these gender roles. We didn't have to talk about who's gonna do what. We didn't have to talk about is it my responsibility to do this? Is it your responsibility to do that? It just, everything was just easy. It just flowed. It just flowed. I have been in relationships like that. And I think that it just flowed so easily because that man did not have any like hard or a large quantity of things that he expected me to do. I've been in relationships where the man is like, okay, here is what is really, really important to me. And say that thing is making whoopee on a very regular, consistent basis. I've had men in my life, and I've been in relationships with, where they're like, you don't have to do nothing else, Tracy. Just give up the goods. I have been in relationships where men have said, I just want to be with you intimately. That is like number one priority for me. They have actually said, if you don't clean up, I will hire a maid. If you don't want to cook, I will take you out to dinner every night. If you don't want to discipline the kids or be the primary caregiver and you want to go to work, I will hire a nanny. If you need some time off, we will get a babysitter so that you can have 2 and 3 nights off and to yourself. I have been in relationships like that, you guys, where the guy had very low expectations. And he's like, okay, this is what I just really want from you. Like, do this one thing. In those cases, you know, the lovemaking was very, very primary and important to them. And they were very upfront early in the relationship. This is what I expect and this is what I want. Like, we had those conversations. But oftentimes, you guys, men don't do that. Oftentimes, you guys, like I said, it's so subconscious that they don't even know that they are expecting these things from you, woman. And as I've mentioned before in different videos, I personally think that if everybody was being upfront and honest, especially that man, and said, okay, here's what I expect from you. I expect you to cook at least 5 days a week. I expect you to make the love at least 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, every week. I expect you to be the primary caregiver of those kids. I don't want to change no diapers, make no formula. I don't want to be running the kids back and forth to school, taking them to all their extracurricular activities. I expect the house to be cleaned at all times. I expect you to wash my clothes, wash everybody's clothes. I think if men were upfront and really were honest and vocalized what they really expect from a woman, I think we would have less people in couple. I really do. I think more women would go, you want what? Oh, no. And what are you going to do, sir? And then he'll say something like, okay, I will be the provider. And then you would say, but you only make X amount of dollars a year, sir. We can't live a good life like that on that one income. And then it's going to come out that he needs you to work too. And I really do feel like if most people had that conversation up front, women asking men before they get in these relationships with them, what do you expect from me, sir? And men being honest and telling the woman what all he expects from her. I think when women hear what all that man expects from her up front, all of these gender roles, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, making whoopee on a regular basis, washing his clothes, basically being his mommy. Basically being his mommy who he makes the love with. Oftentimes, you guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be so abrasive here, but oftentimes that is really what a lot of men want. They want a woman who does all the things that their mother did for them, but also a woman that they can make the love with. He's going to want and expect you to do all of these gender roles that he has embedded in his head of what a woman should do in a relationship, what his wife should do. But unlike back in the day, in the 1950s, where a woman didn't have to work outside the house, where a woman didn't have to maintain a 9-to-5 job and earn money, he's going to expect you to have to earn money too. I think if more people were upfront, we would have less people in relationships. Yeah. I've seen men, you guys, who are not even, so, okay, if that's typically what the gender roles are for a woman, cooking, cleaning, primary caregiver for the kids, taking the kids back and forth to school while also maintaining a 9-to-5 job, it sounds like a slave. It sounds ridiculous what all men expect women to take on. And then having to make the love with this man on a very regular basis, 3 and 4 times a week. This is what they expect, you guys. And then in return, when you say, then what are you going to offer me in a relationship? You guys, most of the time, the only thing that man can say that he can offer you, and this is not even so prominent nowadays with everything being so expensive, but most of the time and in the past, the only thing that man could say that he could offer you is to be your provider. Do you guys see now? Maybe they would say, oh, I can be your provider, protector, producer. But ladies, do you not see now in 24, going into 25, one, you need more than one person's income to maintain a household. So him being your sole provider is literally null and void now. It's over. It is so rare nowadays to see a man being the sole provider of a household where a woman does not have to work. And ladies, don't get it confused when you're going, no, Tracy, I do. I see a lot of these people on YouTube, and I see a lot of these women on Instagram, and their man, they're married, and their husband is the sole provider of that household. He's the only one who's paying all the bills in that household. He is the sole earner in that household. Ladies, wake up. People on YouTube, people on Instagram, people on TikTok, they are earning money. Social media is a business. Okay. They're basically just working from home. But they're working. You guys, social media, when social media is your full-time job, it is a real job. Ask anybody out here who is a full-time YouTuber. I'm watching the clock because I got to go in. Who is a full-time social media influencer. These people on Instagram, TikTok, they're not just making these clips and reels and videos for its and grins. They're getting paid. All these women who have these nice YouTube channels, nice size YouTube channels, and they're talking about, oh, they're a stay-at-home mom. They're getting paid from their YouTube channel, you guys. That YouTube is work. Okay. This is what I always have to tell you guys with my YouTube channel. I'm like, YouTube is a hobby. It's a hobby for me because I treat it like a hobby. I come on here and make videos and provide content for you guys when I am in the mood, when I want to, because I enjoy it. But people who are full-time YouTubers, they have to come up with content, a guideline. They have to be consistent. They have to have a schedule of how often they're going to upload. Like, it is a job, you guys. It is. I know a lot of us and a lot of people make it look like it's just like this fun thing to do. We're just turning on the camera. Behind the scenes, you guys, YouTube is a job. A job. It is work. So don't be fooled by these ladies out here making these YouTube channels or this content, talking about they're just a stay-at-home mom and their husband is the sole provider. And yes, it does still exist. You can find a man who's the sole provider and your protector, provider, producer. It is very rare. These women out here who are on social media, they are working. They are bringing in an income. So no, their husband is not the sole earner. I've seen men out here who are not even providers, in the sense of they are the sole earner in the house. That man and his work and the money he earns off of just his work provides for that entire household. It's so rare. And so I've seen men who are not even the sole provider in a household, meaning his woman still has to work, meaning his woman still has to contribute heavily financially. Like, the thing wouldn't run if the wife wasn't contributing heavily financially. I've seen these type of men still expect, though, their woman in the relationship to do all these gender roles. The woman gender roles. They still, in their mind, thinks that it's her responsibility. Although she has to earn money, she has to work, she has to contribute financially to the household, big time. They still think it's that woman's responsibility to cook, be the primary cook in the house, cleaner of the house, taking care of those children, taking those children back and forth to school, basically the chauffeur, and her responsibility to make the love with that man on a very consistent, regular basis. I've seen this time and time again. This is why I tell you guys all the time, and I advise men, don't be so out here worried about what a woman doing, and a woman need to change, and a woman need to do this, and a woman need to improve on this. This is why I'm always telling men, concentrate on your money. Concentrate on making money. Because as long as you are an earner and make good money, you will always be able to attract a woman. Always. Guaranteed. I see so many broke men out here trying to date. And then complaining about the women of today. Complaining about the modern day woman. But he broke as hell. It's like, sir, why are you even dating? Concentrate on making more money. You shouldn't even have the time to be dating. You should be concentrating on what they say, the bag. You should be concentrating on your money. Why are you even out here dating and even concentrating on women? I love that song. They play it a lot of times in our dance class. Is that Cardi B? Every time they play this song, I just be screaming out singing this song. When she says in that one song, I don't know the name of the song. When she says in the song, she goes, broke men don't deserve no pee. And then they say, I know that's right. Every time I have different instructors who all love to play that song, and I just cry. I can barely dance. I'm laughing and singing so hard. Broke men don't deserve no pee. Much less all these other gender roles. Ben, listen to me. If you know that you are not the sole earner of a household, like it takes everybody else in that household to contribute in order for it to be maintained and to run. If you know that you are not the sole provider in your household, in your relationship, meaning you need your woman to earn some money in order for that household to run and maintain, you need to fall back, sir, on your expectations of a woman in a relationship. I've actually dated men who were absolute, like when I was thinking about earlier in the video, a couple of relationships I've been in where it just flowed, where the man didn't have a whole lot of expectations of me, and I didn't have a whole lot of expectations from him. But the one expectation I did have of him is that he could provide for that household on his own. That my income was just extra, just a bonus. But his income alone provided for the household. And then he expected from me to give him whoopee, to make whoopee on a very regular, consistent basis. Like that was kind of like our only expectations of each other. In both of those scenarios, you guys, that man was the sole earner of the household. Yes, I have always had a job, but in both of those situations, my income was literally bonus. Like my income didn't go toward paying no bills. My income didn't go toward paying no mortgage, no rent. Literally, my income was for me. But oftentimes, you guys, it's men who are clearly not even sole providers. They need everybody else's help. They need you to be out there working your butt off, but they are going to still expect you to do all these things. Ladies, listen to me. Don't fall for it. And more importantly, start asking these men questions before you get in a serious relationship with them. Ask them questions. What do you expect from your woman when you're in couple, when you guys are in a relationship? And watch what he says. And then when you woman say, okay, if you want all of these things, then I expect you to be the sole provider in the household. You woman say back to him, then I'll do all these things, but I don't want to have to go and work a 9-to-5 job. I don't want to have to go and be even on social media having to earn any money. Watch what he says to you. And I promise you, more times than not, he's going to say something like, well, wait, you still got to work. And there's your answer right there, lady. You don't want to be in that type of relationship. As I mentioned to you guys before, they are work. And oftentimes the majority of the work falls on the woman. Ladies, wake up. That's all I have for you guys today in this good video. I need to get out here and go to class. If you haven't already, be sure to thumbs up the video and share the video with someone if you feel like they could receive the message. And I will see you guys on the next one, which is tomorrow, because we're doing daily videos. Bye. Love you. See you later. Bye.